Minnesota just got punched in the mouth, and they don't even know what hit them. They got two 7-footers breathing down their necks, a point guard playing like he's possessed, and a defense so suffocating it feels like 1987 all over again, but with Wi-Fi. And the Timberwolves? Man, they're out here looking like they forgot what sport they were playing. But here's the twist. This wasn't just a loss. This was a clinic, an absolute defensive masterclass by OKC. And there's one moment that changed everything, and we'll get to that at the end. But first, let's break down how Minnesota got manhandled, why OKC just morphed into the NBA's most dangerous throwback squad, and why one dude, yes, Chet Holmgren, just unlocked his inner monster. The refs? Let him play. The coach? Outcoached. And Anthony Edwards? Oof, I got something to say about that too. Final score? 118-103, and that ain't even close to telling the full story. The Thunder take Game 2. The series shifts. The momentum? Gone. Ripped right out of Minnesota's chest like a Mortal Kombat finisher. And if you're a Wolves fan, you're sweating. You're pacing the living room. Because that OKC defense, that ain't just tough. It's old school, jail yard, hand check you into next week defense. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, back in superstar form. Jaylen Williams, looking like the most underrated two-way demon in the league. And Chet Holmgren? Yeah, we got to talk about that guy. Let's talk defense. Because what OKC is doing right now, that's not just solid or disciplined. It's psychotic. They're playing like every possession is personal. Like every missed rotation is a federal crime. These dudes ain't just switching, they're swarming. You try to run a set, they're already 2 moves ahead. You try to ISO? Good luck. Their help defense comes faster than your DoorDash driver when you tip 50%. And what makes it downright scary is they're built like an 80s murder squad. We're talking 2 legit 7-footers, long wings, smart guards, and a point guard in Shai who is literally breaking your soul on both ends of the floor. This ain't some gimmick team trying to chuck 53s and pray. Nah, this is body blows, mid-range daggers, defensive traps, smart closeouts, elite rotations. This is grown man basketball. And Minnesota, they came in with that AAU, let's take turns offense and got thrown into the meat grinder. Let me hit you with some ugly numbers. Wolves shot 41% from the field, 28% from deep, got bullied on both ends like it was senior night at a freshman game. And the worst part? This ain't even OKC's final form. But hold up, we're not even at the wildest part yet. Because what Chet Holmgren did tonight, that right there was his I'm him moment. Stay with me. Now back to this defense. Y'all know that old school closeout drill coaches scream about? Yeah, OKC turned that into an art form. These guys are flying out to shooters like missiles, but still have the discipline to not foul. It's like they've got a spidey sense for where the ball's going. One guy closes out, boom. Someone's already covering the gap behind him. You beat one dude? Here comes the next. You beat that guy? Guess what? The weak side rotation's already there, grinning at you. You can't beat them one-on-one. You can't outshoot them. And you damn sure ain't outrunning them because they're grabbing boards, sprinting the floor, and dunking on your head before you even finish complaining to the refs. This isn't just defense. It's defensive culture. That's what Shai said postgame. We hang our hat on defense. And you can see it. Every possession, every rotation, they're moving like a unit, like a symphony of chaos with one mission: shut you down. Let's get real here. Minnesota looks shook. Their body language? Trash. Their game plan? Non-existent. And their stars missing in action. Last game, Anthony Edwards vanished. This game, Julius Randle disappeared like a magician with a stage exit. And guess what? That's not a coincidence. That's OKC deliberately erasing dudes from existence. They're targeting the main threats and cutting the damn head off the snake. So if you're Minnesota's coaching staff, you better stop playing checkers. OKC's playing 4D chess. You try to ISO and let Ant cook? They're throwing the entire kitchen at him. And this offense Minnesota's running, if you can even call it that, it's broken. They're not running sets. They're not moving without the ball. It's just this lazy, predictable take-turns ISO garbage that OKC is feasting on. Now let's pivot to the actual story. Chet freaking Holmgren. Tonight, he walked onto that court and said, I belong. No more holding back. No more figuring it out. No more wondering where he fits. He snapped. Mentally. In the best possible way. This was the first game where he didn't look like a rookie trying to blend in. Nah, he looked like the best player on the damn court, on both ends. And that's terrifying if you're Minnesota, because now they don't just have to worry about Shai carving them up or Jaylen Williams stuffing the stat sheet. They've got a 7-foot alien with handles, timing, and an attitude who just realized, wait, I can dominate this game. He's blocking shots, diving for loose balls, hitting smooth turnaround jumpers, spacing the floor, and here's the killer. He's confident. That's the problem. It's one thing when Chet's figuring it out, but when he's assertive, when he's aggressive, that's a freaking cheat code. Minnesota's cooked. But here's where it gets spicy. Because you'd think someone on the Timberwolves bench would have made an adjustment, right? Wrong. They just let the bleeding continue. Let's talk coaching real quick. Mark Daigneault, the dude's out here cooking up game plans like a mad scientist. And Minnesota, they're bringing a butter knife to a gunfight. Daigneault's got OKC playing like Bob Knight disciples on defense, and on offense, they're not falling for the three-point trap. They're hunting good shots, smart shots. They're deliberate. It's quality over quantity. It's like the basketball gods reached into the 80s and said, here, take this, bring it back, win with it. And now it's Minnesota that looks like the outdated team, stuck in this run and gun, chuck it from 30 feet mindset while OKC's out here surgically destroying them with fundamentals. It's honestly embarrassing. So let me ask you this. How the hell are the Timberwolves going to survive this series when they can't even crack 30% from deep, can't run a functional offense, and can't stop 3 different guys who all think they're the best player on the court? This isn't just a series loss waiting to happen. This is a collapse, a meltdown, a damn basketball execution happening in real time. Minnesota needs a miracle, or maybe a time machine. Because the way OKC is playing, they're not just winning. They're sending a message. They're telling the entire league, we're not the future. We're the present, right now. Deal with it. And Chet Holmgren? He's not just back. He's coming for your lunch, your starting spot, and your MVP votes. You thought this was a rebuild? Nah, bro. This was the setup. And we're watching the payoff live. Subscribe if you want to see the next collapse. Because this is just the beginning. And I promise you, it's only going to get nastier from here. Stay locked in. We're breaking all of it down. Every meltdown, every fight, every shocking upset, one savage video at a time.